Hello grade 4, how are you? Our lesson today is about cultivated and wild plants. Today we will learn what is the difference between cultivated plants and wild plants. Okay? Wild and cultivated. The objectives of this lesson are to distinguish between wild and cultivated plant and to give examples of wild and cultivated plants. Let's take a look for this plant, which is called willow and oak, chamomile and cedar, wheat, corn, potato. Look at this man. What is he doing? Do you see? He is taking care of this apple tree. Look at this man. What is he doing? He is taking care of his cornfield. So plants in our nature are divided into two categories. The first categories of plant are the plants that grow alone in the nature. Let's see this picture. Do you see these trees and these herbs? Are they planted by any human or they are grown alone in the nature? Yes, of course, they are grown alone in the nature. Now, we have two types of plants. The first type are the plants that grow alone in nature and do not need the care of a human to live. These plants are trees or herbs or any other plants that live alone in nature. The second one are the plants that are planted by man and need the care of a human to live. Look at this picture. We have this boy and this girl. They are planting something and taking care of it. So we have two types of plants. Plants that grow alone and plants that are planted by man or a human. The plants that grow alone in nature, they are called wild plants. And the plants that are planted by man and need the care of a human, they are called cultivated plants. So we have two types of plant. The first one, plants grow alone in nature and do not need the care of a human, which are the wild plants. Plants that are planted by man and need the care of a human to live, they are called cultivated plants. Now let's do an activity. Look at this plant. Look at this old man. What does he do? Yes, he takes care of this cherry tree. So the cherry tree is wild or cultivated. It is cultivated plants. Look at this woman. She is taking care of this herb or this plant. So this plant, is it wild or cultivated? It is cultivated, yes. Look at the mallow herb. We saw the mallow herb in the last lesson. The mallow herb grow alone in nature. So it is wild plant. These trees and these herbs that we saw before, they are grown alone in nature, so they are wild plants. Look at these plants. Are they grown alone? No, they are planted by someone. So they are cultivated plants. Look at this herb. Is it grown? Is it planted by someone? No. So it is wild plants. Yes, it is wild plant. So let's see the trees that we saw before if they are wild or cultivated. We have the first tree, willow. It is wild plant. Wheat. It is cultivated plants. Oak. It is wild. Corn. It is cultivated. It is planted by someone. Chamomile. It is wild because it grows alone in nature. Potato. It is planted by someone. It is planted by us, so it is cultivated. Cedar. It is wild because it is not cultivated. It is not planted by anyone. It does not need any care of a human to live. Apple. The, the apple trees are cultivated plants because they need the care of a human. Thank you, grade 4, for your attention.